Welcome, 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 my lovelies.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back. Here we are. We have
are.
JB and myself. And before we say anything on this video, I just want to thank Linda, Alison, and Deborah for supporting my channel and making donations for Georgie's Palace. I will be ordering more stuff for the palace fairly soon. So thank you so much in advance. That's a brilliant help. Okay, so our video really, a few people have asked, haven't they? And
Yeah.
somebody asked you as well.
Just to see what tools we use.
Yeah.
So we're just going to show you the basic things we use.
Yeah, we actually,
Yeah.
with all what we do, because we do quite a lot of doll housing, we do use an awful lot of tools, but we just thought we'll pick out the main sort of things that we use for different things. Do you want to show folks the sort of things you use?
Okay.
And that's
So we'll start off with the smaller ones, and then we'll show you some of the bigger ones that we use for things.
Okay.
Okay. Well, a hammer. Here's a hammer. I use scissors a lot. Scalpel. I use this.
Oh yeah, the craft blade.
Craft knife. So I use those
X-Acto knives
all the time. Really good. Pencils. You can never have enough pencils.
Shoes, handbags, or
Pencils.
pencils.
Sharpen.
Or dollhouses.
These clamps are really good. So if you can see them
I use those quite a lot as well,
we use these a
for
lot.
especially making furniture and holding bits while you're gluing them.
We've got lots of different sizes. There's tiny.
Also, if it's just small pieces of work you're making, you can use elastic bands. You can put 1, 2, 3 or as many round as you want. That holds things quite firm. And now you're talking about clamps, JB. Also, you can buy these little plastic clamps as well. They go out to that length and down to that size. So these are quite handy. So just holding things together while they're gluing.
That's right. And another thing we use a lot, when you're doing strippings and stuff, use just this sort of strippings. I mean, scraping wallpaper off.
Scraping wallpaper
off.
Stripping wallpaper.
When you're renovating, shut up. Renovating, that sort of thing there. Or you can use a normal.
I draw the line at stripping. I've told you this before. I won't do it.
Removing wallpaper from an old doll's house. Very good. Wet it and that, and you can score it as well. Score
it, because then the water soaks into the wallpaper. Very good.
And when you're putting the wallpaper back up, we use just to smooth it out, just an old sort of
store card.
Or this you can get.
You can buy those.
Yeah. I don't know what you call that, but
I can't remember where I bought that from now. But
you just use an old reward. You can get them anywhere. These reward card type things. And you just use those.
And they're for smoothing the paper.
Just smoothing, getting all the bubbles out.
Yes.
Yeah. This I use a lot when I'm doing electrics. I use this quite a bit. You can, where it cuts the wires. I mean, you don't use it, do you? But
I use my teeth.
You haven't got any teeth. Well, the odd one that's still there.
I just painted them in.
Yeah.
There's none really there.
No, that's it.
But they are all mine. The ones that are left. You use that, but I don't. I can't get on with that. It's funny how
it needs. I think it's a bit old. It needs something, because it is quite hard to use.
Yeah.
I just cut in the wire. Maybe we need a new one. Look for a new one.
Yeah. Oh, it's Georgie.
Georgie.
Cheers, by the way.
Tea, obviously, the most important thing.
That's the first tool of the day.
That's right.
Tea or coffee, one or the other. I just wanted to show you as well. When I'm working, I usually have my house or project on this table because it goes up and down. Oh, that's another tool of the trade, the electric adjustable table. Yeah, which for anyone that can get one, it's an absolute godsend. This is probably, I know I didn't even think to mention the actual table, but this is probably the best tool I've bought, especially when you're really old and you have a bad sore back all the time. But when I'm working over here on my bench, usually, that's where you see me more over there, I've got beside me on the craft mat, obviously, work on a craft mat, that's another tool. But beside me, I always have this handful of things beside my mat at all times, including a tub of cocktail sticks. So there's the measurement, there's a flat ruler there, a 12-inch measurement or 30 centimetre with measurements on each side. That's the safety ruler for when we're cutting things. We've both used that quite a bit. You don't use it as much because you don't think to use it.
No, I don't. I prefer the flat one.
It's what we prefer, isn't it? Yeah. And then for lots of obviously small measurements is a short ruler. I think that's 6 inches long, 15 centimetres long. So 3 different rulers there, all get used very regularly. The X-Acto knife is used every day, every single day. Normal pencils for marking things in general, but I also use what are they called? Automatic pencil, and that's 0.7, so it's a 0.7 of a millimetre. So it's just very thin, and you just take the top off and just drop leads in there. And just poke the tip, and the pencil comes out. But that's very good if you want exact measurements. Also for picking up small things and things covered in glue, a pair of tweezers, and the screwdriver. That's just used for things, not even just for screwing things. I take lids off paint tins and all different things like that. Now we've mentioned the toothpicks. We've got thousands of these. I'm sure you all have. And a lot of them are pointed on both ends, and in a few videos I've mentioned, because I find it easier, if you use the X-Acto knife and cut the tip off one of the ends to give you a flatter edge, when you're scraping glue out from joins of wood, sometimes the point just spreads the glue out all the time, it doesn't pick it up, and a flat end actually sort of mops it up quicker. And you can get, they're very, very common, but you can get those cocktail sticks that are actually, they're almost like a sword, so they've got a point at one end, and then the other end is, you can't really see it, but the other end is flat on the top, just with a couple of little lines cut out there. So that's really how you would hold it if you were using it for food. But that already has the flat end, so I can use one end and then turn it over and use the other. So that's quite handy. And automatic pencil for exact measurements, one of these calipers.
Oh, it says it on the back.
Oh, a digital caliper.
Bless.
Bless. And that's got a battery in it and an on and off switch. That was very cheap. They're just plastic. But I have found out through use that you don't have to switch it on. As soon as you start to move it, it comes on automatically and it gives you exact measurements. So that's brilliant for measuring the widths of round things as well. It gives you the exact measurement of things. So then you can use that measurement written there in inches or centimetres. So that's really, really handy. Now I've picked that up, you've been using that today.
Yeah, we use the saws a lot, don't we?
The little craft saws. And you get a mitre block with them. You can buy the whole thing in a pack. I just have the packs here. You can get, they're from Expo, so you can get them with the bigger blade, which we use all the time, and a smaller blade, which we never use, and the handle, or you can just buy the spare blade. So once you've got the set with the handle, you can just buy the blades. If anyone's looking for the whole thing, now I've mentioned it, there's the razor saw blade. There's the code that they sell it from Expo. If you want to pause your video and write that down, and it's from Expo. Oh, the code's on the front there. There you go. And that's the spare blade code at the top there. That just makes it easy for people. I did quite a bit of. Is it on the back there? It's just to make sure that's focused. Hopefully, I did quite a lot of searching before I actually found them. With just the spare blades.
That's right, they're really hard to find. I don't know why.
They were really hard to find.
But you will need the mitre block for skirtings and coving, that sort of thing. Really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you're gluing things using PVA, wood glue, super glue, tacky glue, fabric glue, there's all different ones there. We just use plastic lids if it's a small amount, just to pour it in. These are all off. That's off a chip thing, Pringles container. and that's from a box of cat biscuits,
cat treats,
treats that I've used, as you can see, an awful lot. I do like my cat dish. And then when you've used them and you've still got glue in there, just leave the cocktail stick in it that you've been using, and the next day when you come to start work again, the whole thing just comes off like a lollipop, and it just comes off clean. So when you're using glue, don't try and wash them out while the glue's wet, because that's just a waste of time.
It is. It is.
So,
and also we use loads of brushes, don't we? Got loads of brushes.
brushes.
And there's more
Brushes.
Yeah, one or two brushes.
Yeah, you don't need all these brushes. That's just overkill. It's only because of doing art and different things from years ago and buying houses from people that had brushes. So that's why we end up with so many. We've got more somewhere else. But these are sort of general sizes we use. Also, for anyone, if you're doing oops, is this one? When I'm working on properties, especially commissions, although I'm saying that, but I do my own anyway, like the Palace at the moment, when I'm working in a room and you end up with bits of sawdust and bits of dry paint, a soft clean brush like that, just to brush the floors all the time and keep your rooms nice and clean and dust free. So that's used a lot.
And a kitchen towel to hand as well. Always use
kitchen towel. Let's put these over here. Oh, and where's the? Oh, here we are. Yeah, there's one kitchen roll. Also, faithful quality tools. Lovely wooden, but I love wooden boxes and things. Whatever's in them. But this is a nice box of set squares from the large down to the small size, and I have to say each of these sizes have been well used. I wouldn't like to just have one set square, I don't think, because there's loads of times you're doing really tiny bits of furniture and you want to get them square, nice and square, and a big one is just ridiculous trying to hold it. And then you're putting walls of houses up where you need the big one. You've used them a lot,
used them, yeah.
as well as me.
Right.
These are
very good.
both been well used. They have. And what we were going to do, JB, didn't we decide after? Now we'll pause the video and then just show you. Instead of bringing them out, we'll show you some of the big boy tools, as we call them, and let you see those.
Yeah.
There is. I know there is actually a lot in the bottom of that, but there's not.
Well, there's loads of things in there, but I mean, we do use them a bit.
Also, I just thought for clamping things and holding them, small bits of furniture and stuff, the bulldog clips, they're cheap. Normal tape measures. Pliers of different types. Pliers for grabbing hold of stuff. Wire cutter pliers for cutting, especially when you're wiring up the house and things, if you want to cut the wires. They're good. A rubber, different rubbers for rubbing out your line work.
Small files, small ones, tiny
Small
ones,
files,
little spaces.
In a box over there, I've got the baby, really small files as well.
And sandpaper, you get all different grades of sandpaper which we have. And
spirit levels are always welcome. And
Bradle.
It's
one of my favourite things. I don't know what
I've been calling this something else, and I don't know.
I use that a lot anyway.
Bradle.
Just for dolls' house. Bradle. That's what my dad used to call it.
I don't. I've said on other videos something, and I've probably been wrong.
I don't know. That's what my dad used
an
to call it.
awl, an AWL. It's probably not an awl. It's probably.
Just makes little holes in
What
things.
is this, folks?
Yeah.
But it's very good and very pointy, so you have to be careful with it. Different scissors. Lots of things. Marker pens. We use palette knives, or I do for joins when you want. If you've got joins that you want to put wood filler in or plaster, like coving and things. If it's not quite right, you can use little fine trowels for that. But all sorts of things there. Yeah. Let's put those back. Put that in there. And we'll just take the video over
Okay.
and just show you the shelves over there for the sort of, and point out the things that we do use a lot. I'm sure everyone has got shelves and boxes of tools and things, and some of them you really hardly ever use, but it's always just in case, isn't it? But we'll show you our sort of basic ones.
Okay.
Right, now here we are. We've decided to get some tools out on the bench so you can see an array of the big boys tools. But first of all, when we use most of these, we usually use, do you want to show everyone the mask? And it's a proper mask with the filter and everything on each side, and that's really good for anybody. I was going to say it's really good for me being an asthmatic, but it's good for anyone because it stops you breathing in any MDF or...
Yeah, you need to be careful when cutting MDF because it's quite...
Really careful with MDF. I would definitely say that. This is one of our most used tools, a table saw, and Proxon. They are absolute brilliant designs. Does it say? Oh, it says it at the front there, the Proxon.
It's really good for cutting things, and it's really adjustable. You can move this around.
Yeah, it moves out and in. This moves backwards, forwards. You can put the blade up higher or lower, and you can also tilt the blade up to 45 degrees if you wanted to cut covings and things. But we use the mitre saw; it's just as easy.
Use this for MDF.
Yeah, it's really good for that.
Very good.
That is a brilliant, well-used tool. I don't actually know what it's called. Oh, the Starlock. There we are, Starlock. But it has that blade on it and that one there. That one is excellent. That's the edge of the blade. It goes backwards and forwards, and that's if you want to just cut out squares in the MDF to make windows and things. If you're cutting longer lengths, then this one here, you can just slowly move it along walls and it just cuts walls down. That's absolutely brilliant.
That is good.
Another,
especially if you've got a house already and you just want to make adjustments to it.
Yes.
Whereas this is, if you're just cutting little bits of MDF, you'll just use this. But if say if you had a house and you wanted to put extra windows in,
yes, which we've done, doors, windows, that is literally the ideal tool. That's been so worth the money. All of these have really.
Yeah, that's right.
The jigsaw as well.
Jigsaw, yes.
Again for big pieces, for walls and fronts of houses and what have you.
If you're cutting out with the jigsaw, you can sort of go round in a circle. If you're cutting, like when I cut, just for example, this. I mean, you can cut the MDF with the Proxon, but when it comes to cutting this bit,
the actual door,
you need the jigsaw just to sort of go round.
Yeah,
it's much more versatile.
Yeah,
for
you could use that,
shapes.
or you could have used that tool. So that both of those tools would have done that job.
That's right.
Very good.
And this one's just a baby version of a jigsaw. It's got a little tiny blade for.
It's like for miniature, well, much smaller wood and much
only
smaller
very thin,
jobs.
Very thin because it's very, it's not very substantial.
No, but
just for small jobs, it's ideal.
Absolutely brilliant. And next to it,
this one here, it's more of a Dremel, but it's not a Dremel, but
just a different make. They all work the same.
We use this mainly for drilling holes, but there are other attachments.
Yes.
If you want to sand or...
That's true.
Yeah. So that's pretty good for a little thing, and you can get into smaller gaps. Yeah. This is the soldering iron we use.
Oh yes, that's right.
This one. Really simple to use.
Oh, and that one, when you switch it on and off, it goes, you see the temperature going up on the digital screen. Yeah. It goes up to 301 degrees or something.
And with this one, you can just turn it sort of turns itself off.
If it's not used for so many minutes, it just switches off. So if you forget about it, it doesn't matter.
Then you do get that safety thing to put it in.
And you get all the solder and different things.
So we use that a lot for when we're doing the electrical stuff.
Yeah.
Really good.
There's all different gadgets you can use with it.
Yeah. We have the mouse, which we
that's
used a lot.
Quite a bit for just quick sanding, small things.
Small handheld thing.
Yeah.
Really useful with the little sandy bits.
Yeah.
And this is again, it's more like a Dremel.
Another Dremel.
Yeah,
but it's got the flexi hose to it, so you can use it more like a pen rather than holding the whole tool in your hand. You can use this and just hold it like a pen and do things. I'm going to start doing that because I want to make some tables and side tables with the sort of routed bit round the edge shaped out. And if you put a little round sanding bit on there, you can go just hold this and go around the table or the edge of it, and it shapes the edge of the table. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've just found something out new.
This one's a battery one because I've got lots of Ryobi stuff anyway in the garage that I use.
Yeah.
Yes, I do like Ryobi, but as I say, if you did buy this, you would have to buy a battery that goes with it.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so if we just go over quick to the shelves, JB, take us all over there, JB. Where are we going?
This mess. This is all paints and dyes and wood. And
take these stone locks off, and everyone can see the paints. There we are. So they're all lined up there. They go a few deep. Without adding to them all the time. We've got this side is a lot of this side is glues, all different glues and resins. We've got some other paints there. We've got lightwood plasters. We've got lots of cans of sprays, so they're varnishes, primers, stone-like paints. This is for a new project which I will be doing for you at some point soon. I bought these purposely to start making certain types of furniture, but they're actually furniture colouring pens. These are going to be ideal for making miniatures, so that's something new to come.
Well, another good thing we use a lot of are in the UK they're called Pritt stick. I don't know what they are or else the word, but that's very good for using wallpaper, when you're doing
for putting on certain wallpapers,
because you don't get the it's not so messy as if
you're
using glue.
Especially the lightweight papers that might rip when you put glue on.
So definitely a good idea if you're going to wallpaper.
Yeah,
exactly. Use a Pritt stick.
Yeah. So we've got all those. We've got down here we've got a box full of acrylic paints in the black box. Different sandpapers there. And this is upside down, but this is another Proxon. Yeah, just pull it out a bit. Thanks, JB. And that's a chop saw, I think it's called.
Chop saw,
so you just bring the whole saw down, and your bits of wood or whatever metal are clamped in here, and then you can cut those at 45 degrees or any degree that you want, really. At one point, hopefully, we'll have a bigger area and we can have all these out permanently.
Yeah, it would be better.
Yeah, but the Proxon tools are very good. But we've got we've got all wood stains in here as well, in the middle, going from the front to the back. All sorts. We've got the Mod Podge at the back as well. Resins, there's UV resin, what have you. So that's sort of it. I've got spare wood and things, balsa woods. We've got the moulds up there with moulds that I've been making as well. My selection of incense sticks and matches, because I always like to burn incense while I'm working most of the time. And also if I come round here, JB's just showing us, we've got a much bigger
vacuum cleaner.
Bench saw, I suppose it's called.
Yeah.
So that's just got a straight up and down blade there at the back there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You can see that.
It's not really for doll's house stuff, but we have used it. But it's
good if you're just cutting whole walls and things to make a dollhouse.
Yeah.
And the vacuum for clearing things up.
That's right.
All the time. We're always vacuuming. And here we have Georgie's just come in, just to have a walk around and see what's going on.
What a mess. What a mess. Well, hopefully that was useful to you to know what tools we use. And,
there's probably lots of others that we haven't thought about.
That's right.
My cup's broke.
Oh dear. That's so lazy. Yeah, whatever.
He loves me, really. Oh, another thing we forgot to point out was all the tapes that we use. Masking tape, double-sided tape, parcel tape, sellotape. All of those do get used.
They do.
over time.
Do.
And what I was just thinking, talking about the Proxons, what I'm desperate to get. I have talked to you about it at some point, but would absolutely love to get the Proxon table saw, the small lathe Proxon table saw. So I will have to save up for that. But that will be the next Proxon tool. It's for, I've been watching so many YouTube videos, but it's for making all the table legs and chair legs and different things. And I'm absolutely desperate to start making my own pieces of furniture with shaped legs and things. So I really, really want the Proxon table saw.
More of a lathe.
Table lathe. Table lathe. It's a lathe. I've seen them on YouTube.
Well, you never know. You never know.
So one day there will be a video of me showing my my new table lathe saw.
Okay.
But you might have to wait for that. Because we don't have the funds at the moment. Okay, so that's everything that we can think of. And especially on cold days, a well-used tool is the coffee warmer. Or the tea warmer for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. They work brilliant when you're in here a long time and you're trying to keep your drinks warm, which it just wouldn't work now for some reason, would it?
No, it wouldn't. I don't think he knows what the kettle is.
I
Good
do.
job I'm here. God knows what he would do without me.
I do know what it is, and I'm going into the house now, and I'm actually going to switch it on, but I won't film it because I don't want to prove it.
I have one as well.
There's nothing to see here, folks. Move back. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you, yeah.
As always,
Okay.
we may be a little bit unprofessional, but it's us.
Yeah, well. All right. Well, take care, everyone.
Okay, take
Thank
care.
you for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.